Morning. Sorry, right, I've got before I start. There's a pneumatic drill going off in the background somewhere. Thought I had a hangover when I got here, but now they're working on the road. Oh, I meant to say, YouTube, please do keep censoring my stuff because it just goes to show whose side you're on. You're on the side of the Huntingdon Council employees who stole 25 years' worth of taxpayers' cash, and the police who actively covered it up to the point of trying to have me arrested for 3 years. That's entirely up to you. I have a feeling things are going to turn on the side of the people quite shortly, and I wouldn't want to be in that place that you're in, that you've decided to be in, but I'm sure you know better. Right. By the way, just for to save confusion on dates, we're actually back in about 2010, 2011. So obviously a lot of these things are well in the past, to the point that some of them will have got out of prison or whatever, you know. This current list does go forward, I believe, to current day, but we're talking about 28 pages of it. So again, thank you, Huyton Freeman. It must have taken quite an incredible amount of man-hours to compile all this. PC John Forrester, Merseyside Police. Oh, do give a shout out on the comments, guys, if you know any of the cases, if any of them happened to you locally, or you've seen them in the press. It was brought to my attention last week, I think it was, that comments are being deleted again, but hopefully I should see them, and be quite interesting to have a bit of local knowledge. Charged with 2 offences of misconduct in public office, 1 for engaging in sexual activity with a member of the public, and 1 for harassing and attempting to have sexual contact with another member of the public. Jailed for 15 months. Well, that's a surprise. We're coppers, so we can do what we want. We can break any law we want. PCSO David Harrison, Essex Police, sending sex text to a bullied child. They're not fussy, are they? They don't care about people, do they? I mean, the kid's already being bullied. Do you know what I mean? So this guy thinks it's a good idea to try and chat him up. 2-year community order. Well, I think most civilians would have gone to jail for that. That's just a guess. PC Michael Fletcher, Manchester Police, engaging in sex with vulnerable women. Jailed for 32 months. That's what I said in the last one. They're all perverts. Half of these cases are all sexual offences, and most of them are with children. It's absolutely disgusting. Sergeant Marcus Garvey, Metropolitan Police, acting dishonestly and without integrity. What's new? Sure, that's every copper when they go to work. And also PC Wayne Campbell of the Met. Both sacked. Doesn't say what they did, unfortunately, so, DC Adrian Gerard Brown, Merseyside Police, cocaine smuggling, remanded in custody. Very much doubt he went to jail then. Sergeant Peter G, Manchester, rape and misconduct, jailed for 2 years. Was the misconduct the rape, do you think? Or do you think he did other stuff? Because rape's not enough, obviously. DS Andrew Bramwell, Metropolitan Police, fraud and false accounting, jailed for 12 months. Well, Cambridge Police know all about false accounting, don't they? Because they said Huntingdonshire District Council hadn't stolen any money. Even though the auditor had proved they did. Wow. Sergeant Peter Yates, Metropolitan Police, fraud, 3 months suspended. PC Jordan Jensen, Metropolitan Police, pleaded guilty to making and distributing indecent images of children, jailed for 12 months. Sergeant Andrew Barber, Nottingham Police, corruption in public office, jailed for 12 months. Well, that's about 300 coppers at Cambridge Police taken care of, isn't it? PC Lance Thompson, Lancashire Constabulary, making indecent images of children, jailed for 24 weeks. 24 weeks, I ask you, what's that, 6 months? Sergeant Dalvin Dawkins, Cumbria Police, £85,000 credit card fraud, jailed for 2 years. Firearms officer, Metropolitan Police, arrested after woman died, on bail. Well, I know they like to kill people. Proceeded to got promoted for it. Police officer, Metropolitan Police, sex without consent, sacked. In brackets, rape. As if they needed to clarify what sex without consent was. Sergeant Salim Razak, Lancashire Police, possession of firearms, jailed for 11 years. Oh, he was a bad boy then. 3 police officers, Merseyside Police, forced an innocent woman to strip with the IPCC. Which, for those of you who don't know, is now called the IOPC. It is the same organisation, but because they were so corrupt, they felt the need to change the name, which they thought would make things better. They still employ all the same people, but they changed the name, so that makes it all right now. I've heard about this when they make women strip in the cells, and they all have a good eyeful because they're all perverts. So they'll all get cleared then, or would have got cleared, I suspect. PC Mesa Caracas, Metropolitan Police, conspiracy to kidnap TSB bank manager. Jailed for 13 years. I know what this is about. The Sweeney did a story on this, I think it was, or the Professionals, one of the two. Back in the early 80s, they kidnap a bank manager or someone like that and try and get all the money out of the bank. That's what that is, I think. DC Darren Pooley, Metropolitan Police fraud, jailed for 3 years. Sergeant Tim Nunn, Sergeant Lee Morgan, Metropolitan Police, perverting the course of justice, both found not guilty. Well, we know the manufacturer evidence as per, don't we? Steal phones. I know you didn't get a receipt for that, Mr. Dacres, because that was done in a special way. So you're lying, and you stole my phone. Wow. It doesn't. I think the first one I did, someone commented and said this is all very duplicitous and evil, and I said, believe me, if this is anything like the first list, it just gets worse. Okay, but thanks for watching, guys.